Good evening, everybody. I am so glad to be able to be here in this presentation. I wanted to introduce myself first. My name is Lizzy McGough. I'm Italian from Italy, from Florence, right off the bow. And I've been living in America for 33 years. I came on vacation in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, when I went where I live now, and I met my husband. We've been married. We've been together 34 years, and after many long distance calls and flights, and one very wise ring, he won the argument, and so I moved to the States about 10 years ago. I learned about LifeVantage. I was invited to a home presentation by a doctor about this new scientific breakthrough. What I learned was so compelling that I knew I found something very real, something huge. And I couldn't read all the research papers that the independent research published, and I asked help to my friend who's a surgeon. He read all this. So I did the research. I signed up as a consultant right away, never even tried a product. And all of a sudden, I realized, I mean, I had a gut feeling. I signed up and I did my research and I never looked back. At the same time, my mother, a professor whose life was travel, culture, art, and freedom, she still was living in Florence, lost her health to a very horrible autoimmune disease and dialysis. And so seeing her world becoming smaller and smaller taught me this very important truth. Health is freedom. If we don't have our health, we're not free. Mm. Meanwhile, I was battling this fall-triggered allergic asthma that I never had in Europe. Something that blooms here kills me and takes the ability for me to breathe on my own. I was on a nebulizer 3 times a day. The inhaler weren't doing it anymore. And at the same time, my husband, who was suffering an enlarged prostate, um, he stopped the medication due to really severe, horrible side effects. So here we go, two of us. I'm on a nebulizer. He's got his problem. Within a year, on just the flagship products, that's all we had at the time, everything changed. My allergies and asthma resolved. And for my husband, it took about 15 months, or short to a year and a half. His problem reversed completely, which is unheard of. And so that moment for me marked not just this recovery, it was like a professional and personal calling at that point. I was all in. And now it's my honor to introduce to you the leaders who believed in me before I believed in myself. Our upline, our LifeVantage family, Marci and Dondee Nettles. They will share why this company's technology stands at the edge of one of the most remarkable therapeutic and preventative innovation of all time. So without further ado, Marci and Dundee, over to you.
Thank you, Lizzy.
Thank you so much. And listening to your story, there was parts of the story that I'm hearing now for the first time. I didn't know that, but what a wonderful story that is. And to your point about what you were suffering from physically and what your husband was suffering from physically, anytime anyone suffers from something physically that we challenge with, to your point, we don't have freedom. But it's interesting that what you were talking about, the health ailments that you were mentioning, because we are a supplement-based company, the Food and Drug Administration doesn't like it when we tell stories like that, though they are true. And that's one of the things that I love about the human body, is that it has the capacity inside of it to be well. Yes. And when it is not expressing wellness, there's always a reason, and it's usually because we're lacking something. And in this case, it was lacking life without oxidative stress, which we're going to talk a lot about. But thank you so much for that introduction, Lizzy. That was powerful. My name is Dr. Dondee Nettles. I've been involved with LifeVantage now for a little over 16 and a half years. And when I got involved in May of 2009, I was not looking for something else to do. I had a very busy chiropractic practice. I was an AM talk radio host every Saturday on 2 different radio stations here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and had a very busy practice. My challenge was spending time with my children. And the irony of it is my practice was 40% pediatric. And we were seeing about 350 to 500 patients per week. And I was spending all kinds of time with other people's kids while my kids are at home wondering where dad was. And I had a 3-year-old son and a newborn daughter that I literally never saw. And so when I saw the information that Marci and I are going to share with you tonight, it changed everything about my life from the perspective of being able to spend time with my kids and be daddy to my kids rather than doctor to other people's kids while my kids wonder where daddy's at. And 18 months after getting involved in LifeVantage, I was able to sell my practice and cancel my radio shows and go home and be a full-time dad and raise my children for 15 years while I was building a business in LifeVantage that was helping people all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in that journey, I met the most amazing human being I've ever met, my beautiful wife, Marci. And when we got involved, we joined our businesses, we joined our passion, we joined our families. We have a blended family now, and we joined our purpose to help people all over the world. And LifeVantage has given us the ability to do that in over 20 countries around the world and in every time zone. And what a blessing it's been.
It really has. You know, for me, LifeVantage found me at my darkest point in my life. I had been in law enforcement, working as a police officer, a detective, a sergeant, all the different things for almost a decade. I loved my career of choice, and it provided well for my kids that were only 6 and 9 when I got started. But in 2009, I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. It left me with a brain injury, several herniated discs throughout my spine that required spine surgeries, and I was no longer able to fulfill the responsibilities of being a police officer. It left me with, so much difficulty in just my life. I was on a lot of prescription medication to help manage the pain. I was on prescription medication for my mind. And then for the side effects for that, I was on more prescription medication. My kids were now teenagers at that time, and I was home all of the time, but I was never present. I was in a marriage that was already struggling, and we went through a divorce, and we ended up losing our house. I ended up lost. I had lost my identity, and I ended up in a downward spiral of depression. When I told my doctor how I was feeling, he pulled out his prescription pad, and this time I think my name was already at the top of it. He gave me prescription medication that had warning labels that said may cause suicidal tendencies. And I actually attempted to take my own life 4 different times. But God, I will be forever grateful that dear friends of mine were introduced to this opportunity. And when they saw it, very much similar to what we're going to be showing you here tonight, it's just so much more and so much bigger, that they thought about me as one of the first people they wanted to share it with. And I will forever thank them for stepping outside their comfort zone and being willing to invite me to take a look at something that they were just learning to. Because I still remember seeing the information for the first time and the hope that I felt that there was something that might be able to get my body working at a higher level, to be able to help my mind work so that I could have conversations that were normal, so that I could get my body working better, so that I could do the things that I used to love to do. And then on top of that, I knew myself well enough that if this worked for me the way that I hoped that it would, that I would want to share it with everybody around me, because I am not one of those people that just wants to receive a gift and keep it to myself. I think that we are supposed to share the things that we receive with those that are around us. And so I still remember taking my very first little yellow pill, and you're going to learn about this product here in just a moment. I remember that within 3 days, my mind calmed to where I could sleep without the sleep medicine I had been on for over 18 months since my accident. I remember that first week, my pain going down enough that I started taking a pain med like every other day instead of every day. And within 5 weeks' time, I was able to stop that medicine that the doctor said I'd be on for the rest of my life. On top of that, an additional 5 weeks, I was able to become prescription drug free, to where I no longer had that Band-Aid on covering up symptoms. My body was able to start taking care of itself at a whole new level. Now, as Dondee mentioned about these products, they are natural. And so we can't tell you that they're going to diagnose, treat, mitigate, prevent anything. Yet, what I can tell you is that we have research that shows that it works 100% of the time on 100% of the mammals, that it's been studied on, and we have significant science that says that it works. So we are so excited. We are so excited that you're here with us tonight to be able to learn about what has changed our lives and has changed thousands and thousands and thousands of people's lives around the world. So if you see what we see, hold on tight, because this is going to be a really exciting night for you. So first of all, life has really felt like it's been out of balance for a lot of people. And so why does it get that way? There are so many things that happen every single day in our lives that create that feeling of being out of balance. The food that we're feeding ourselves that's not really food, that creates extra stress inside of our bodies, not to mention the stress in the world, whether it has to do with politics or religion or our work or whatever it is within our families. There is stress. Many of us have been on medications that have created an imbalance inside of our body and our systems, as well as not one of us can get out of this life getting away from aging. We're all aging every single day. With every breath, we are aging. With that comes a lack of sleep. I'm pretty sure that every single one of us that's on here has one of these devices that has a blue light screen. Blue light that we use way too close to our bedtime interferes with the sleep that we're able to get. And then everything else that's within our environment, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the negativity that is all around, all of this is creating an environment of out of balance. Well, what we know to be true is that if we can heal the cell and we can heal the gut, we can help you feel the best that you have ever felt. And this is the LifeVantage way. LifeVantage is the amazing company that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. So understanding that we need to get to the root issues. We aren't just going to treat symptoms. We want to find out why you are feeling the way that you're feeling. Well, it all comes down to the cells. If we can help you have healthy cells, you're going to be able to create healthy tissues. Those tissues will come together and create healthy organs, which then partner up to create healthy systems within your body. When you have healthy systems, you will have a healthy body to be able to feel how you want to feel. Well, LifeVantage is different. We are the activation company. There are so many different supplement companies out there, and the difference is supplements are there to be able to help you increase something that has become deficient inside of your body. There is a positive and a negative to that. You can take too little and it's not effective. You can take just the right amount and it's great, or you can take too much and you're going to have a problem, right? Well, with activation and what we do here at LifeVantage with this new pioneering technology, we are the company pioneering this new technology. We activate your body and those systems, those pathways within it to be able to work the way they were designed and the way that they did work when you were younger. So no matter how old you are now, would you like to feel like you did in your teen years or in your early 20s? Well, that's what activation is all about, is allowing the body to do what the body does best, and that is take care of you. So we're going to share with you a short part of an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired back in 2005. This ABC Primetime, if you know about these reports, you would know that they came in to try to disprove what people were saying about a product or a service or a company, right? Well, as you can see, it aired a long time ago, and you'll be able to see that from the quality of the video too. But what's important to note is that we're still sharing it today, which means it became one of the best pieces of third-party validation that there has ever been. Other companies would pay buku bucks to have this type of validation. We have it here because our technology is that amazing. So pay attention to this video and just know that's where we started, and we've come a long way since then.
Following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm it.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Wow, I've seen that video without exaggeration probably 3,000 or 4,000 times, and I still get excited about it. When I saw that 16 years ago, that video was 4 years old. And I remember watching it thinking, if this is true, why doesn't the whole world know about this? This is too crazy to not know about this. And now here we are 16 years later, and I'm still feeling that same exact way, because oxidative stress and lowering it are still something that the average person just doesn't quite understand. Even though we may know that antioxidants are good for us, we don't necessarily know why. And that is why we are here to share this information with you, because at some point that's going to tip and the world will know everything about it. And that's the size of our business opportunity. Well, this is where this all started. The video you just watched was aired originally on June 5th of 2005. Over 20 years ago, and it's still even more profound today. Why though? If you look at that red line where it says without Protandim, that is the line that represents the aging process and the disease that come along with it. The older we get, the more diseases we're susceptible to. That was until we figured out how, with that blue bottle and the contents inside, to lower what causes disease. Oxidative stress. So if you can see the line directly below the red line where it says after Protandim, that's one pill per day with food lowers oxidative stress such that there is zero contribution towards the aging related diseases. And if you look at the numbers there, 20, 40, 60, 80, they could no longer tell the difference between the blood of a 20-year-old and the blood of an 80-year-old under a microscope. They couldn't tell the difference as it relates to age-related disease factors. Now, why 20 and 80? 20 was the youngest person in the study. 80 was the oldest person in the study. It doesn't mean there's no benefit before 80 or additional benefit after 80. Those were just the extent of the people involved. But what we learned from that changed everything. Scientists, researchers, and doctors started calling the company from all over the world. And now we understand that this whole process of oxidative stress is something, one, that affects our entire body, but two, can be managed and even prevented if we handle it the right way. Well, if you look at the graphic to the left, the center part where it says free radical oxidative stress, and if you look at the bigger thing or the things around that, the darker blue, those are the parts of the body that are affected by oxidative stress. It's pretty much the entire body. Well, now there's over 377,000 studies published on the relationship between oxidative stress or free radical damage and human disease, published in medical journals, not just people's opinions. And it's even higher than that now. It's 380 something thousand. That's pubmed.gov. Please write that down. P-U-B, med.gov. It's where doctors and scientists and researchers go to do their research. This is published medical information and extremely profound. So we ask ourselves, how do we get sick cells? It's pretty obvious. The environment that we live in, the 80,000 chemicals that have been introduced since the Industrial Revolution are probably in many of your homes. The herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides are probably on the vegetables and fruits that we eat on a daily basis, even the ones that say organic on them because of the environment that it's in, or a bad diet, what you may be eating or not eating, smoking, alcohol, other types of lifestyle factors that create oxidative stress inside our cells. Air pollution. Here in the Phoenix Valley, we live among air pollution constantly. We have bad air days a lot. What about you? Poor sleep, as Marci was mentioning, the cell phone devices, computer screens, TV screens, and the electronic light pollution that they're emitting that prevents our brain from producing melatonin, thus interfering with our sleep. Or high stress. In my 60 years of life, I've never been in a time that is more stressed than right now in the world. Work stress, family stress, relation stress, emotional stress, political stress, all kinds of stress. Little to no exercise. Since COVID, we've had an increase of 400% of sedentary related health challenges because many more people are working from home. So little to no exercise. When you don't use it, you lose it. Joint pains are rampant because of that. So what does it feel like? How do I know if I have sick cells? It's pretty obvious. Chronic fatigue, like you wake up tired, no energy, brain fog. You walk into a room and go, why did I come in here? Does that ever happen to you? It happens a lot. Lack of concentration, focus, attention span is lost, aches and pains that just won't go away, getting sick often, headaches, and much, much more. These are just some of the signs of sick cells. Well, that was until Protandim NRF2 came onto the scene with the antioxidants that it creates inside your body. This is what activation is. You can take the product and make the antioxidants. Now, we know antioxidants are powerful. They're beneficial. They're healthy. We can get them in blueberries and pomegranates and red wine and kale and all those great things, but you can take it and get the benefit, or you can make it inside your body and get much greater of benefit. In fact, 1,000,000 times stronger. And here's the challenge or the comparison. When you take something like a supplement, an antioxidant supplement, like vitamin A or C or something like that, like Marci said earlier, you can take too little and have a lesser variation of the problem you initially had, or you can take too much and create an additional problem on top of what you already have. That's the limiting factor of supplements. But when your body activates and makes its own antioxidant enzymes that are literally 1,000,000 times more powerful than anything you could ever take, they make them in the right amounts, for the right reason, at the right time, and the only outcome is beneficial. There's no side effects when your body does it on its own. That is the supremacy of when you make antioxidants versus taking antioxidants. And this question right here, what else can we activate, is a question we are constantly asking ourselves. And the newest answer, the newest discovery, is one of the most powerful breakthroughs. And we thought the antioxidant reduction or free radical reduction because of making our own antioxidants was powerful. And it is. It affects everything. But what we also know now is when we can activate our gut and heal our gut, everything is better. Check out this short video on that.
You want to get an edge?
Your body is the most advanced operating system in the world. Every day, trillions of cells run millions of processes at once. Over time, it can start to slow down due to stress, poor sleep, diet, environmental stressors. It can feel overwhelming. Suddenly, you feel the lag. Brain fog, low energy, poor digestion, slower recovery. That's your system's struggling to keep up. What if, instead, you could give yourself an edge to tackle what the day has in store? From the creators of the world's most powerful activation products comes Healthy Edge. Healthy Edge starts with Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer. It reduces oxidative stress by up to 40% in 30 days by activating your natural cellular defense system to help your body make its own antioxidants that are 1,000,000 times more powerful than any you could ever take. The other half of Healthy Edge is P84. Using the right amount of whole food ingredients, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, and digestive enzymes, P84 activates the master peptides in your gut that help regulate, repair, and restore balance, going beyond supplementation. On their own, each activator is powerful. Together, they help you feel unstoppable. Nrf2 Synergizer is your defense. P84 is your offense. And when they work as one, you don't just keep up, you stay ahead of everything life throws your way. Want to level up your activation? Check out our other activator products and learn about sharing these life-changing products to start a healthy side business. Take back your day with Healthy Edge.
So powerful. And now that we understand the significance and the impact of healing the gut and what potential we have for the rest of the body to heal as a result is now limitless. So why do we have sick guts? Many people deal with it and don't understand how we got here. Antibiotic overuse. In fact, if you've been on at least one round of antibiotics in the last 5 years, you do not have a healthy gut. That is the point. We can rebuild that. Processed and fast foods, which has become part of the American experience. GMOs and pesticides, genetically modified foods and pesticide residues, synthetic ingredients, artificial sweeteners. It's just a part of the products that we are consuming on a daily basis. Pharmaceutical overload. Did you realize that for every single pharmaceutical prescription written, there's 2 or 3 additional prescriptions written for the side effects of the first prescription? That's how we know that we're kind of off track. Or chronic stress. We're living in a stressed out world. Poor sleep habits, the kind of things we mentioned earlier, and then environmental toxins. The bottom line is we can't escape the toxins. We just have to learn how to live within them and allow our bodies to thrive in the process. And healing sick guts is a great strategy on how to do that. So what does it feel like to have a sick gut? How do I know? Bloating or excessive gas, constipation and diarrhea, abdominal cramping, heartburn or acid reflux after eating, irregular bowel movements. I've since we've released this product, I'm hearing all kinds of stories of people having one, maybe not even one bowel movement in a single week. That is a major, major problem. Food sensitivities. And if you, I don't know if you pay attention to local news or national news, but a week ago, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, came out with a new report that gut sensitivity caused food sensitivities. Food sensitivities has increased 50% since the 1990s. And the number one culprit is improper gut health. So major. And then obviously indigestion and much, much more signs of gut stress and poor gut health, which is why we came out with P84 to add to Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer, the gut peptides. When you can help your gut make its own solution, when you can help any part of your body make its own solution, you win because the body knows how. And when we take products and then we make products or make the response in the body, there's a significant difference. So you take P84 and your body makes the gut peptides that heal your gut. 14 key ones that regulate, repair, and restore. So the regulating gut peptides, what do? They activate the peptides that control digestion and nutrient absorption, because it's literally not what you eat that matters. It's what you digest and absorb that matters. And when we can rebuild those regulating peptides, that happens at the highest rate of efficiency. And then repairing the gut lining, the cell structure in the intestines, when we can do that and calm the overactive responses, we allow the gut to do what it's designed to do, absorb the wonderful food that you're eating, and then restore the environment with proper bacteria, what we call the gut microbiome. The gut peptides and P84 do all three of those key steps, and 14 gut peptides are responsible for it. And here they are. The regulators on the left, the repairers in the center, and the restorers on the right, and the percentages that are increased by taking this one product every single day. It is incredible, the transformation that happens.
Okay, so in P84, it comes in two different packages. You've got Phyto 1, Phyto stands for phytonutrients, and Phyto 2. In Phyto 1, there is 40 fruits and vegetables, 10 probiotics, and 5 garden and digestive enzyme super blends. Okay, and then in Phyto Power 2 has 21 prebiotic and postbiotic superfoods, 5 probiotics to support short-chain fatty acid production, and 5 proprietary detoxing and balancing blends. So you're getting a massive combination in all of the phytonutrients that your body needs, along with the good environment that your body needs too. So let's talk about the digestive enzymes and how and when digestion starts. Wow, I start getting together our little
we're going to do a live demonstration.
So first of all, these are snack packs. They're pudding. They're both exactly the same. They're not opened yet, other than the corner, just to make it easy for me. And we are going to be using half of a pack of the Phyto Power 1 that has the digestive enzymes in it to show you how important it is and what these things do in breaking down the food. But where does digestion start?
Digestion starts in your mouth. And so during the chewing process, because inside your mouth, there are receptors in your mouth that are determining the concentration of your food, whether or not it's carbohydrate, fat, or protein, and to what amount. Why is that important? Because as you chew your food and you're swishing it around in your mouth, those receptors are picking up what you're actually chewing and sending messages down to your stomach on how to produce the proper concentration of stomach acid that is going to break down what you are about to swallow. So chewing your food is critically important. Swishing it around your mouth, critically important. So you let your stomach know what's on its way down so that it produces the acid to digest it accordingly.
Okay, so in this experiment, what we're doing is we're taking 2 identical pudding packs, right? And I just put them upside down for you so you can see that they're both very solid and firm, exactly the same, right? Well, the left one here, your left, my right, is just going to sit here and we're not going to do anything with it.
That's the control.
This is our control. It's just going to sit there. Now this one, I'm going to take half of the pack of the Phyto Power 1. And the way you take this is you take 1 pack of each of these and you mix it together in a small amount of water, like 8 ounces. You could even do 6 ounces, or you could do whatever amount. Less you taste the fruit, more water, you taste the earthy aspects of the greens, okay? So I'm trying to get half of it in there. There you go. Now I am going to be stirring this in, and what the stirring is representing is the chewing of your food, okay? Chewing is really important. I don't know if you're like me and you have always been really poor at chewing your food enough. There's a reason why. The reason is because, first of all, I'm the 8th of 10 kids. And so if I wanted any of the seconds, I had to hurry really fast, or else my older brothers and sisters would get it before me, right? But then in law enforcement, I learned again that I had to eat fast, which meant chewing less, before the hot tones would happen, right? Before the emergency tone would go off and I would have to either lose or leave my food there or risk spilling it down my uniform, right? So I'm learning to chew my food better. But with digestive enzymes, it's going to help you with that as well. So now we have our nice little mixed in digestive enzymes, and we're going to let it sit for the rest of the presentation, and we will come back and show you. But if you watch these spoons here, this is the one without P84, and sorry, I just touched it, and this is the one with it. Watch what the spoons do as we continue.
All right, so a little fun fact on the GI tract, or the opening between your mouth and at the other end. It's 30 feet long, which is the average size of a school bus. And if you take with all the folds inside your GI tract, if you were to just take that and unfold it all and lay it flat, it would take up the surface area of a tennis court. So what we used to think was the largest organ being our skin, we now know that the largest organ by far in the human body is the gut. The GI tract, 30 feet long and the size of this, or the surface area of a tennis court. Pretty crazy. All right, so foundational health through the body. NRF2, lowering oxidative stress, building a foundation of optimal health and cell function. Adding on top of that, P84, so that the food that you're spending your hard-earned money on, the quality food is being absorbed by first restoring, rebuilding, and replenishing the environment, which is going to absorb that food and break it down, your gut. So the two of those things together create the most amazing opportunity to heal the cell, heal the gut, and start the actual human experience back on the right track. So foundational health, it feels like ease rather than effort. Difficult things we don't like to do. Clarity instead of confusion. The simple it is to more simple it is to understand, the easier it is to follow, the more we're going to do it. Strength and confidence, because we know the benefits of what we're about to do before we even do it. And then proactive versus reactive. What do they say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in this entire thing, you are in control. You get a chance to get an edge on your life because it's one pill, one drink, 30 seconds a day is all it takes. Why is it different? Because it activates your body and your body does the rest. The real benefit is not the product. It's not the ingredients. It's the atmosphere and what happens inside your body as a result of taking these products. Your body creates the foundation. Healthy Edge Stack, antioxidants plus gut peptides, literally your body doing what it was designed and created to do. So the top 5 reasons why people take these products. 1, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, offense and defense. So it doesn't matter what the sport, the championship teams, whether it's the World Series, the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, the best team or the team that wins has the best offense and the best defense. Offense scores points. Defense prevents the opponent from scoring points. When you put those together and you're prepared for life when it hits, because it hits hard. Proactive versus a reactive approach. It's not symptom management. It's optimizing the human body. The right ingredients in the right amounts at the right time and for the right outcome. The original breakthrough of Protandim NRF2 Synergizer and the emerging science of P84 to heal the gut. It's simple, it's convenient, and it's easy. The old me, no motivation, stressed out all the time, got food sensitivities like crazy, feeling out of whack all the time. And the new me, steady energy all day, sustained, focused, and clear. Everything moving and grooving, if you know what I mean, and strong and protected. What an existence is that? And the Healthy Glow Essential Stack. This is also super powerful. Another answer to the question, what else can we activate? We realize the number 1 protein in the human body of all 25,000 proteins the human body makes, the number 1 is collagen, because it holds everything together in our body. And every year after 30, the body loses 1% of its ability to make collagen. So the Healthy Glow Essential Stack is antioxidants with the Protandim NRF2 and collagen, literally giving your body the best shot at holding itself together as long as possible. And it's way beyond hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah, we don't just take collagen, we make it.
We make collagen. And so let me show you some of the pictures of some before and after. These are not photoshopped. These are not paid models. These are friends. This is Holly Highfield on the left and Dr. Kat Caden on the right, 30 days after taking Protandim and our True Science Liquid Collagen, just 30 days. Significant change. And if you can see changes like that on the outside from products taken on the inside, what else is happening inside your body that is having an incredible outcome? And then we have Axio, brain messengers and energy. One of the greatest challenges starting in our children and going into adulthood is focus, concentration, and the ability to maintain an attention span. When you deal with the very chemicals of the brain that allow that, which are what are called neurotransmitters, and you turn them back on again with this product Axio, it's incredible what the potential is. You're literally activating your body's brain and the power to maintain focus, attention span, mood, and memory in caffeinated and decaffeinated, wonderfully tasting flavors so that everybody at every age can benefit, because health challenges in the brain are not just for adults. This happens in all of our population.
All right, guys, so you've been listening to this presentation and you're hearing that we take it to make it. I don't know why it went to that slide, but we take it to make it with our products. We actually help your body to make the antioxidants, the proteins, the enzymes, and everything that it needs to have the health experience that you want. We also have the opportunity that when you share this LifeVantage company and the products, you can create an ability to earn extra supplemental income. We have a full product catalog on top of the activators that we've already shared with you. We have 2 more activators that are part of the Protandim family, as well as our mind-body GLP-1 system that activates your own GLP-1 hormones, which is huge. I'm sure that you've heard GLP-1 all over the place for the last several years. On top of that, we have our activated hair care, activated skin care. We have an immune product that helps to increase your immune system within 2 hours. And then we have supplements that are high end that help our activators work better, as well as activators that help the supplements work better. So why LifeVantage and why now? Well, we have got the Evolve compensation plan that will truly work for all types of consultants. Whether you want to share these products and sell products and have customers, you can make a significant income. Or when one of those customers has a really great experience and wants to start sharing it with the people that they know and care about as well, you can start to create a team that opens up the rest of the compensation plan to you. We have products that don't just supplement, they activate, they are unique, and you cannot get them anywhere else, which means no competition. We are publicly traded. We are fully transparent. Our ticker is LFVN. You can go and check out everything that we're telling you. Please don't just trust us. We are trustworthy, but you do not have to just trust us. You can find this information for yourself, and we are absolutely thriving. As a matter of fact, we are led by such an amazing CEO that started out as our, I'm going to go past CFO. This one, I'll come back here. Started out as our CFO, and he got us completely debt-free. And in doing so, he created the ability for us to make significant investments into our product production, furthering our catalog, as well as acquiring a company where P84 came from. We're able to do that significant science to be able to see the research around our products, to be able to verify that how it works inside the human body and how it activates those different peptides, those different enzymes and antioxidants. We are financially transparent, as I mentioned, being publicly traded. We have to report everything on a quarterly basis so you can see everything that is out there, which means there's no secrets and no surprises. And in business, that's a really big deal. We're highly recognized in lots of different news arenas, whether it's in print or it's on TV. We've rang the bell for the NASDAQ in Times Square several times. We have got the best LifeVantage Legacy, this is one of my favorite things. It's our 501c3 arm of LifeVantage. This is where we serve. This is where we go out and help people's lives be better. We provide food to children that don't have food. We provide the ability to have a school environment that is clean and repaired. We've actually gone to different schools in different areas of the world to where we have replaced broken windows. We have fixed desks. We've created a clean environment that is safe and have also built playgrounds for the children. So we are always trying to leave the areas that we go better than when we got there, including our own backyard. So that's one of my favorite things. So now when we're talking about this industry rewarding innovation, well, you probably will recognize different products that have come from a network marketing company, whether it's vitamins, whether it's aloe vera juice or protein powders. How about the juice wars that go on? And be on the lookout for all of the weight loss challenges that will be coming starting 2026. But you know what? Here at LifeVantage, we are actually on a no resolution revolution, and we want to help you get started on your health journey now with solutions that will help you be able to remove better health from your resolution list. Let's just have it be something that is solved. We are part now of a cutting edge innovation with our Protandim NRF2, and gut health is the rising star. It's a rapidly growing market. Right now it's $14.4 billion that's being spent on gut health. They anticipate it being $32.4 billion by 2035. So in less than 10 years, they expect it to grow by that significant amount. And the way that we can take advantage of this is by helping people feel better, creating solutions to their gut health and to their wellness struggles, right? The fastest growing regions for gut health is North America, the Asia Pacific, and Europe, and we are open in all of those areas. So the combination of our activation approach with gut health, this really is a way that you can build a business that will last and help your family move forward. So then we continue asking that question, what else can we activate? And about 3 years ago, our CEO, he can see into the future, people. It's amazing how he saw that we really needed to take a look at our compensation plan. And we needed to be able to create an and company to where if you wanted to sell product to customers, you could share the product to make income. Or if you wanted to build and grow a team, you could really make a significant leveraged income on top of that, as well as having the opportunity to lead a movement. So the ways that you can create an income by sharing the product and getting customers is that you can earn up to 40% of all of your customer sales volume. Each product has a volume amount attached to it, and we have our customer sales profit to where you get to make the difference between how your customer purchases the product and the consultant's price. We have 3 different levels of pricing. The top one is the retail. It's the most expensive. It's the one-time orders. And then we have the subscription pricing for customers, which is about 10% less than the retail. And then about 10% below that is the customer or a consultant price. You make the difference between how your customer purchases and your price as a consultant every single month that they order, not just the first month, every single month. And then as you gather those customers and you add all of the sales volume together, you then get to start taking in the personal sales bonus. This is where you get extra rewards, extra percentages for hitting volume milestones. And then, of course, we have fast track bonuses that help you get rewards for starting to build a team in your first 90 days of business. Then, as you have customers that have great results and want to start sharing it with other people, or people that see it like I did and Dondee did and just jump in as consultants, you start to build and grow a team, and you're going to be able to earn up to 9 levels of commissions in our level commissions bonus. This is where you get rewards for helping and supporting other people achieve their goals. So I love that aspect of this business is that we don't get paid unless we help you get paid. It's so gratifying to be part of something that helps other people. If you want more information on our compensation plan, because that's just barely touching the tip of the iceberg, we have many different ways that we get paid here. You can use this QR code and it'll take you directly to the compensation plan, the full compensation plan, or get with the person that invited you here tonight and start asking your questions, because we want to help you get them all answered appropriately for you. Now, remember, we are publicly traded. This is our income disclosure statement, and we just want you to start thinking about the type of income you could create to have it coming into your household to make a difference for you. On the left-hand side, that first column is our ranking system. The third column in from the left is the average amount that each person at those ranks is making on a monthly basis, okay? Not yearly, monthly. And then the far right column is the average number of months that it takes each person to get to that rank. So the first question I have for you, in that average monthly commission column, the third one from the left, go down there and look and find the number that you would need to make on a monthly basis for this to be an opportunity that you say yes to. That helps you decide, okay, I'm going to do this right now, and in the next 6 months, I want to make that kind of money every single month. For you, it might be $250. For someone else, it might be $500. And for someone else, it might be closer to $1,000. We can help you get there. We can help you strategize that. And then I want you to look a little bit further down and say, okay, in 2 years, I want to be making on a monthly basis, I want to be making $3,400 a month. That would be our managing consultant 2 ranking. It's still mid-ranks, right? And yet you could be making over $3,000 a month. What would that do for your income, for your household? And then I want you to give yourself permission to dream a little bit bigger. Where would you like to be in 5 years or 7 years? And just keep in mind the time's going to change or go by anyway. And how much of a raise are you going to get in the position that you are currently holding at your job? What if you could create an income in the nooks and crannies of your life that could be paying you $20,000 a month? Or if you really want to dream bigger, how about $43,000 or $67,000 a month? Because there are real people at each one of these areas that have created that for their families. And if someone else can do it, you absolutely can do it too. Please get back to the person that invited you here. Let them know what your numbers are so that they can help you strategize how to get there. They can help you get started first off, because that's the number one thing. And then they can help you with a plan. So the way that you actually get started is by picking a pack, a consultant pack to get started. Why we suggest you start with a pack is because the company puts together the products in a way that gives you a significant discount. Like here with the Healthy Edge pack, it's $250 and you get 11% discount. For $250, you're starting an international business. You're getting everything that you need for the business, replicated website, you get a back office to run your business, and you get the products for you to be able to get started on for only $250. Or you can do what I did. I know Dondee did this too, and probably several people on the call. They saw the significance of these products and they wanted to be able to try them for themselves, and they wanted to be able to have some that they could possibly share with others to sample. We decided on the business pack. With the business pack, you end up with 37% savings off of this amazing selection of products. On top of that, you also get event tickets to the next corporate events where you can learn how to be a professional, and you can build the belief in yourself that you can do this business. It does come with all of the same tools that the previous pack comes with as well. And on top of that, you get 3 discount codes for customers and 3 discount codes for consultants for 10% off their first order. Now, we have several different packs that you can choose from. If one of these does not, sound off the bells for you, get with the person that invited you here and they can help you select that, as well as what your monthly order stack should be that you want to have on subscription. So these are put together in such a significant way to, again, give you savings, but also because we know the synergy amongst the products that are combined. There are several different stacks that you can choose from depending on what your health goals are. So again, please get back to the person that invited you here tonight. Let them know, first of all, what's your number that you would need to be able to make to get started today, and number 2, which pack you'd like to get started on. Or if you want to kick the tires and start as a customer, let them know which stack you'd like to get started as a preferred customer on subscription. Guys, we are so grateful that each one of you joined us here tonight. Thank you so much for your time. And we hope that you caught some vision and you see something a little bit clearer that could help you and your family move forward now in 2025, but also moving into 2026. Please get back to the person who invited you here tonight to be able to get your questions answered the very best way possible for you.
Don't have the recording yet.
Oh, thank you for saying that, because we have to show you what happened in our, do you want to turn that upside down?
Yeah.
In our experiment.
So here was the control.
Okay, and I'm actually going to do stop share here because I want you guys
size version
to be able to see. Yeah, you see that? And then hold that. So here's the one. And by the way, I am pretty sure that I did not even use half of that packet because I have much more than half in the stick still. So watch this though. Even with less than half of a packet, look at what happened to that pudding in that short amount of time.
Just liquefies it.
So just think about your digestive process and what type of an experience you've had in your regularity, gas, bloating, whatever it is, and what this could benefit you. So please get back to the person that invited you here tonight. Let them know your number. Let them know what pack you want to get started on and what stack you want for monthly subscription. Thank you so much.
Hi, guys.
Let me stop.